Okay, so I think everyone can see my screen now. Mr. Bernard.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Concerning the request I made yesterday, can you please help me with it today again?
Noted.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. So we'll be using our VLOOKUP, and I will quickly. I said VLOOKUP is a way of trying to locate something. Our lookup just to look up on something. And VLOOKUP will always go in the horizontal direction. You look up something in the horizontal direction. So HLOOKUP is used to look at something in the vertical
Sorry,
direction.
sorry, sorry, sir. Please, can you help us increase it? It's very tiny.
No, 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 no. I understand this tiny. I'm still trying to explain. I've not started talking.
Okay, okay.
Let me just increase it so you see. So I said VLOOKUP is a way to look at your values in the horizontal direction. So I'm looking at this in the horizontal direction. So why HLOOKUP is used to look at something in the vertical direction. So I want to look at this person and I want to look at the commission of this person in the vertical direction. So we use HLOOKUP for that. So for any salesperson I'm putting here, I want to get their commission. For any salesperson I'm putting here, these are the salespeople. So for any salesperson I'm putting here, I want to know the person's commission. So let me put in someone's name, Ali Fritz. So Ali Fritz's name is here already. So I want to know Ali Fritz's commission. Ali Fritz's commission is looking at it is $1,239. So I want to get his commission using VLOOKUP. So I'll start with equals to VLOOKUP. Open your bracket. The first thing is the lookup value. What am I looking for? Ali Fritz. That is it. Then table array. Then the table array is everything, the whole table, right? So this control shift right, control shift down to select the whole table. Then the next thing is column index number. The commission we are trying to get is column what? That is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. So the commission we are trying to get is on column 5. That is the reason why we are using 5. And is it true or false? False means exact match, true means approximate match. So I'll be using exact match. False. Then I'll close it up. Enter. So I can get my answers 1239. That's for the phrase. So in any case I change this to another person, I can have the commission of the person. So this is something you can actually build for maybe a business and you want to get the salary of people as they are coming in. Once you just get their name, their salary will just be coming in. Or anything. It might not be salary, it might be something else. You can just easily build something like this for them. So at least they'll be using it to locate people's entities within their database. So that being said, that's basically VLOOKUP. So a limitation for VLOOKUP, one of the limitations is that VLOOKUP can only look towards this direction. But what if I have these salespeople around this side and I want to look like this to the left? VLOOKUP won't be able to do it. VLOOKUP won't be able to do it. So that is a limitation for VLOOKUP. I don't know. So that is a limitation for VLOOKUP. We won't be able to use this. So for HLOOKUP, what we have is let me go to HLOOKUP. If you see the orientation of our table here, is in a vertical. This is like a vertical table. This is the way normal tables are. But if you go to HLOOKUP, our table has another orientation. It's in the horizontal direction. So that's why we are using HLOOKUP. We'll be using VLOOKUP again. So the salesperson here is Kennedy, and the commission is like this. So I can't look at it towards the right again. I have to look at it downward. So let me delete this. Let me delete this too. So let's choose someone else. Let's have someone else here. Let's look at this person. So let's look for the commission. Equals. Now I won't be using VLOOKUP again because this is in another direction, vertical direction. And if I want to look in the vertical direction, I will always use HLOOKUP. So I'll say HLOOKUP. What's the lookup value? This is my lookup value. What's the table array? That is the whole table. Control Shift right, Control Shift down. That is my lookup, my table array. Row index number. Now it is not column index number now, it is now row index number. Commission is on row what? This is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5. So commission is on row 5. And it's going to be an exact match. Enter. So I have this. So for David Rasmus, it's 1611 for David Rasmus. So for David Rasmus, it's 1611. So that is it for HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP 2 can also look at it from the downward direction, sorry, from the upward direction to the downward direction. So what if I'm having something I want to look at from the downward direction upward? Those are the limitations. Those are the limitations of HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. So what did they use in getting that limitation? To correct that limitation, so they brought out another function called XLOOKUP. So that XLOOKUP, instead of using VLOOKUP, now we're using XLOOKUP. So now let's have, I'm coming, let me enlighten this. I'm coming. Let me zoom in so you'll be able to see this. Let's have someone else, Michael. So I want to know Michael's commission. If you look at it now, I have to look at it from the right to the left now. I want to know Michael's commission. That is this 651. So what am I going to use? Let's assume we want to use VLOOKUP. Equals VLOOKUP. Our lookup value is this. Our table array is starting from here. Control Shift right, Control Shift down. So I'm able to pick my table from there. The column index number. So our commission is column what? Column 4. So let's use 4. And the range lookup is an exact match. False. So I have an error. Why am I having an error? Like I said earlier, VLOOKUP has a limitation of not being able to look at values from the right to the left. So what are we going to be using? We'll be using a function called XLOOKUP. Equals XLOOKUP. What is our lookup value? This is our lookup value. That's the first thing XLOOKUP asked. Then the lookup array. That is where is the array where I can find the array where I can find this lookup value. I can find my lookup value from here. Control Shift down. Then return array. What do I want to return? I want to return the commission. That is the commission of this particular person. That's what I want to return. So that is I have to put in the return array. Control Shift down. Control Shift down. Once I'm done, I can actually close my bracket and get enter. So once I'm done, I have my bracket here and it has entered. There are still a lot of suggestions for us why we are getting this. That is, after the return array, I close the bracket and it gave me an answer. But there are still a lot of suggestions here. I know you can't see it. I won't be able to zoom in for this, but you will see it while watching the video. The next thing here is value if not found. So let's assume that this Steven, what's the name? Steven Michael is not on our data set. Instead of throwing an error, what do you want me to write? So something like this. Match not found. So that is what I want to, in case you don't see this Steven Michael there, I want you to write match not found. Something like this. So let's assume I want to pick another thing. I'm picking this cell. There's nothing in this cell. So I shouldn't be getting any commission for this cell. So if I put this, can you see what it's writing? Match not found. That's another limitation for VLOOKUP. And it has been taken care of in the XLOOKUP. Let me just go back and have Kennedy. So this is working. So that is VLOOKUP. Now, that is the XLOOKUP. So now that limitation that we have for VLOOKUP, we should still be able, because another thing is, it's not everybody that can use XLOOKUP. I said it yesterday that it's only if you're having, I think, Microsoft 21 and 365. These are the only people that can use XLOOKUP. So every other person, we are stuck with our VLOOKUP. So these limitations that we have with our VLOOKUP, we should be able to use some functions that will still give us the same thing. We can't use VLOOKUP here. So we should still be able to use some other functions to arrive at the same answer our XLOOKUP will be giving us. I don't know if I'm clear enough. So instead of Now I want to use, I've done this. I'm coming, let me copy this. Let's have it here again. So I'm coming. So now let me delete this too. The salesperson and the commission. Now I don't want to use X lookup. I want to use V lookup. So not necessarily V lookup. I want to use another function that I can use with my Microsoft 2016 or I can use with my Microsoft 2019. Something I can use without using X lookup because I don't have the function of X lookup in my own Microsoft. So what are we going to do? There's a function called index function and match function. So that is what we'll be using, our index function and our match function. So what will the index function do? The role of the index function, index, is to bring out a value that is at the point of intersection between the column, a particular column and a particular row. So if you have a column and a row, a particular column and a particular row, the point of intersection between those two entities, that is the row and the column, the value at that point will be given to you. So if I have an array, that is the table, and I have the row, that is I have row 6, and I have a column number 2, let's say column E. At the row 6 and column E, what is coming out? Ivan Hines. So that's one of the functions we'll be using, together with a match function. And what will the match function do? What match function does is that match function would give you the row number. Match function will give you the row number. Match function will give you the row number of a particular entity in your data set. So let's say we are looking for Kennedy, this Kennedy now, and I want to get the row number where this Kennedy is. This particular person, Kennedy, and it's on row 2. As you can see, this is on row 2. But I don't want to start checking because there are some, let's assume this is actually occurring, this is stopping at row 23. Let's assume it is still going to maybe row 1 million. And you can't be looking at everybody, you can't be looking for everybody's row number. So this match function will be able to help you generate the match number of everybody. So how can I use match number? Sorry, how can I use the match function? Match. The first thing you want to check is the particular person you want to get their match number, the lookup value, comma, the lookup array. So the lookup array is from here, Control Shift down, comma, match type is an exact match. Exact match means 0 in this particular case. So now I can now see that my Kennedy Singh is on row 2. So I'm able to use my match function to generate the row number for Kennedy Singh. Now we should go back to our index function. Index function. Index function. So the first thing they ask is the array, which is the table. Control Shift right, Control Shift down. That is our. Now the next thing they ask is the row number. The row number of that particular person we want to check. And because I know the row number, I've calculated it, and I know that the row number is 2. No problem. We've done the calculation with our match function already, and it is 2. So my column number, what am I looking for? Commission, and commission is on row number what? 4. I think I'm done, and I'll put our enter. Can you see I'm able to get 1087, which is same thing as 1087 here. So that's still working. 1087. So how am I going to combine my match function and index function together? I was able to write 2 because I already calculated it and it was 2. Instead of calculating it, that formula I used in generating that 2, I'll put it in my answer. So what will I do? Let me have another person here. So how am I going to use my index function and my match function? Index function. The first thing index function is asking you is the table, that is the array. Control Shift right, Control Shift down to get our array. The next thing is the row number. The row number of Nora Rollins. Because we can't start checking for the row number of Nora Rollins one by one. Let's use our match function to get our row number for Nora Rollins. So I'm going to use match inside that same formula. Match function. The lookup value. Well, what we are looking for is Nora Rollins. I want to get this. The lookup array. Where can I find Nora Rollins? Control Shift down. That is where I can find Nora Rollins. And the match type is an exact match. I'm done with that match function. I've closed it up. Don't forget, we are not done with our index function. Our index function still needs what? The column number. I'm looking for commission. So column number, commission is on what? Column 4. Since commission is on column 4, I'll close, I've written that and I'll close my bracket and I'll write enter. So I can see that for this person, Nora Rollins, can you see Nora Rollins? The answer is what? 592. And the answer we have here is what? 592. So those are the things we talked about yesterday. So I've been able to use my match function and my index function together to achieve whatever the limitation of one of the limitations of VLOOKUP. So I've been able to arrive at the same answer using my match function and my index function. So is there another thing? I'm coming, let me check. So still using XLOOKUP. So now one of the advantages of XLOOKUP is that now let's assume something again. Let's assume I want to have
You want to do another one again so we see it.
yes, I want to no, I want to do something else. Are you clear with the first one I did? The match function and the index function.
Not really.
Okay,
Not really. Oh,
no problem, no problem. I'll go back again, no problem. I'll go back. I'll go back. Let me just quickly do this. So I just want to show you one of the okay, let me just go back and do it. So let me clear all this. I will explain the match function again. The match function is used to generate the row number of a particular entity on your data set. So if I want to get, let's assume that on this data is very long, and I have someone bearing Anoluwapo inside this particular row, sorry, this column. There's a person called Anoluwapo. I can't start looking for Anoluwapo. I can't start looking for the person one by one, one by one. When I have millions of people here, I can't start looking for Anoluwapo because I want to, let's say Anoluwapo is, I want to generate the row number of Anoluwapo. When you start looking for Anoluwapo, one by one, it's going to be giving us issue because that's going to it's more or less like you are doing it manually. So there should be a way I can get the row number of an Oluwapo. So for this person now, the row number is 2. For this person, the row number is 3. For this person, the row number is 4. What if I give you another person's name? And I tell you that that person's name is on this data set, and you can generate the row number of that person for me. So that's what the match function will do for you. So help you generate the row number of that person. What will index function do? Index function will tell you that so far you know the row number of a particular thing and you know their column number. I can help you get the point of intersection between that row number and the index number. Sorry, the row number and the column number. So far you know the row number of that person and the what? And the column number or what you are looking for. So now that is the reason why we used this. So equals index function first. The first thing index function is asking of is the array, that is the table we want to deal with. This is the table, control shift right, control shift down. So you'll be able to select the whole table, comma, the row number. That row number for Nora Rollins, the row number for Nora Rollins, we don't know. Let's assume we don't know. From here, the row number, Nora Rollins is what? Can you see looking at it, looking for this one after the other? Okay, I think it's 10. But I don't want to write 10. There should be a formula that can help us say that okay, Nora Rollins, the row number for Nora Rollins is 10. And that function is called the match function. So how am I going to use my match function? Don't forget, after the row number, you are still going to write column number. But just the formula to get our row number. So match. The first thing is match function is asking for is the lookup value. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the row number of Nora Rollins. Okay. From which column? From this column. Because that's the name column where you can find Nora Rollins. Match type is an exact match. The match type is an exact match. 0. And you close it. Once you close it and you put a comma, Then don't forget our index function. You see have a column number. The column number for commission is what? 4. That's why I'm putting 4 here. Then I'll close my bracket. That's the end of the index function. And I'll put on enter. I don't know if you are gotten it now. Is that clear? Mrs.
Yes,
Okwelua and Mr. I don't know. Someone asked again. So please
Mr. Charles. Yes.
Mr. Charles. So I think that is clear now. Please, if you are not clear, let me know. So I was trying to explain something.
It's clear.
So now another function, another I'm coming. Look at one of the advantage of XLOOKUP. One of the advantage of XLOOKUP is that look at this. I want to get the sale amount and the commission for hourly freight. For hourly freight. I want to get it together using just one formula. Equals XLOOKUP. What is the lookup value? This is our lookup value, this person. What is our lookup array? Starting from here, down, control shift down. Our return array, what am I returning? I want to return two things. I want to return the sale amount and the commission. The sale amount and the commission. So I'll do control, I'm coming, control shift down. I selected the two columns. I selected both sale amount and commission column. That because that is the two things I want to what? Return. And let me close it. Can you see? After closing it, for this personally freight, I'm able to get the sale amount, which is $6,197, and the commission, which is $1,239. So I can actually do for multiple using my XLOOKUP. That's another advantage of XLOOKUP. So if I was going to be using, let's try using our VLOOKUP. Let's see if VLOOKUP will work. There is no problem using our VLOOKUP. Let me delete this. So we have equals VLOOKUP. So our lookup value is this. Our table array is this. Control shift. Alright, control shift down. Column index number. So now, what is the column index number of what I want? Because I need to input two things. I need the column index number of the sale amount, which is column index number of sale amount is what? 4. How am I going to write 4 and at the same time write 5? I don't think that's possible. So that's the reason why XLOOKUP is better. I can write 4 and how will I be able to write 5 again? If I'm writing 5 is actually meaning something else and I can write 45. So I can only do for one at a time. 4. Then I will use approximate match. Enter. So for commission, I have to do it again. What I did for this, I have to do it again. Equals VLOOKUP again. I have to write the formula again. Our lookup value is this. Our table array is this. Control shift right, control shift down. Column index number now will change. So my column index number for commission is what? 5. And the range lookup is an exact match. So I have this. It has worked. So that is it. And for this, I think XLOOKUP works better for having our exact match and approximate match. So I'll be using our XLOOKUP for an approximate match. You will see something like this. Now look at this. I'm coming. Let me increase this. So now look at this. Look at the companies we have here. We have Coca-Cola Inc., we have Nike Inc., Amazon UK, Apple EM, XYZ Limited, PepsiCo, Adobe Inc. So we have all these things there. So now, let's assume that the person that wants to write this wrote Nike. But on our table it is what? Nike Inc. But the person wrote Nike. You know, majority of us we know the name of the company is Nike. But on the table it is Nike Inc. Can I still use my XLOOKUP to generate this? So I'll do something like this. XLOOKUP. What is my lookup value? My lookup value, I'm using Nike because I don't know if it's Nike Inc. I just want to use Nike. comma, let's see if it is still going to give us the seal amount for Nike. Return array. Sorry, the lookup array. Where am I looking from? I'm looking from this particular place. Control shift down. Return array. What do I want to return? I'm returning the sale amount. That is this particular column. Then value if not found. What do I want to write if I can't find anything like Nike in my data set? Let's write something like match not found. Match mode is going to be an exact match, which is 0. Sorry, it's not going to be an exact match because on our table we have Nike there. On our table we have Nike. Sorry, on our table we have Nike, but here we have Nike. So it's not going to be an exact match. So we're going to be using 1. So it's either an exact match or next larger item. An exact match or next larger item. So that's what we'll be using. So I think I can close it up now. So can you see? Because the next larger item closer to Nike is what? Nike Inc. So it was able to say, okay, I think there's something similar to Nike Inc. So to Nike here. So and I have this, and the sale amount is this. So this works when you have maybe you have a database of maybe your employees, and you know the employee's surname, but you can't remember his first name. But at least if you put in his surname, but while you are doing it, you will not tell Excel that it is the exact match. You just tell Excel that it is either the exact match or something closer to it. So it's an approximate match. So Excel will be able to tell you, okay, I think I found somebody with that particular name that has a name that is associated with whatever you give me. So that on the lookup. So is there any question? I want us to go to um, I want us to go to pivot. So is there any question, please? Do you have any question?
You can go ahead. Yeah, okay.
Okay, okay, no problem. So that our